What's up, y'all, and welcome to the Dope Life Podcast, the dopest podcast ever. And of course, I'm your host, Coach AJ, the Dope Life Coach, the dopest life coach ever. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button so that you never miss another episode. And if you could be oh so wonderful, please leave us a rating and review so that you could, so our podcast could reach and help others live a life of confidence, self-love, compassion, grow, and all of that good stuff in between. But let's go ahead and start off with 3 deep breaths, just to cleanse our mind space. And if you are driving, please keep your eyes open, keep your eyes on the road. All right, so we're going to just start in through our nose, out through our mouth, in through our nose, out through our mouth, in through our nose, and out through our mouth. Ooh, always feels good when we do that. It always feels real good. So today we're talking about self-care, but moreover, like self-care in the colder months, like the winter months. As some of you may know, I reside in Canada, so we are gearing up for colder climate times. It's already started to kick in, right? Some of us have already put away our shorts, and we've brought in some sweater weather and some sweatpants and jeans and cargos and all that stuff. So I really wanted to talk about this as this is very important to me around this time of the year. And, many that I know, it's becoming more common. Studies have shown like seasonal depression is far more common than we think. And although like seasonal depression can appear in many different times of the year for different individuals, it's a lot more common in the colder months, and especially colder climate countries like my own of Canada. I have seasonal depression. Um, I've had it for almost, I think it's like 7 years now. Yeah, 7 years. And I've had to learn to adapt every year, every fall, every winter because it changes. It very much changes. So, for context, I lived in my parents' basement for many years and I was working underground at the same time. Now, if you know when the time change kind of kicks in, we got darker mornings, like, the darkest of the morning lasts longer. And if you're getting up as early as I was at that time, your dark mornings are a good chunk of your day. And then by the time it's like 5 o'clock, I believe, because of the time change, it becomes a lot more darker faster. So, being myself, who was working underground, then coming upstairs in the morning because I had a split shift, I would have a little bit of light. But because I was so tired, I was working out, eating, trying to take a nap, going back to work. By the time I got back, got no sun, back downstairs, back up in the evening, it's dark. Then I'm coming home, I'm going down in the basement, it's dark. So that kind of sparked my seasonal depression, and I had to figure out ways to adapt. So this topic is important as not just to myself, but to others who probably could relate to seasonal depression more than you know. The growing number of people go through these like many times a year. So you know what? Let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to be giving a couple of tips that I personally use, and I also have researched throughout the last 7 years what works for me. This is not for everybody. Please, this is not for everyone. This is just kind of works for me, and I common notice it works for others. So I figured I want to share with you because even if you don't suffer from seasonal depression, you could find this is a great way for you to, again, get through the winter months and still practice self-care. So the first one is stay active. Stay active, although it is cold outside, but try to stay active as possible. The colder weather can make it very tempting to like hibernate because it's warm, right? Like who wants to go outside in the cold and deal with snow? I'm just saying. But regularly staying active is crucial for your health. So try indoor activities that don't require you to be outside for a long period of time. If you like outside activities like skating, I can't skate to save my life. Skiing. I have seen some people ride their bike in the winter. I don't know about that because the one piece of ice lick your backside, you're done. Me not deal with that the one day. But you could do like indoor activities. You could still go to the gym, yoga classes, any of those like exercise classes that could help you a ton. But moreover, like indoor activities, stick to those. I have said this one before. This is two, but I've said this one before. Mindfulness. And I know you're gonna be like, of course, coach, mindfulness. I hear you, but it is so important. Like, take the time to practice it and be present in the moment. Try meditation, or if you're not a fan of meditation, consider relaxing techniques such as like hot baths or hot showers or aromatherapy. Um, there's so many things you could do also inside. Stretching, just mindful exercises that can help you reduce your stress and increase self awareness and improve your overall well being. So if you can think of something, I just gave you a couple examples. Those are the ones I use, but you could also do some research and kind of do trial and error, and that's how I've been able to figure out what works for me. It is very important for you to prioritize your rest and your sleep. That is three. I know on average right now, sleep has been reduced. The number of hours adults are sleeping has reduced. Okay. And I don't just mean sleeping, I mean quality sleep. So aim for 7 to 8 as much as you can. Okay. Include downtime before your bed because I know some of you are on your phone and you scroll. So include some type of downtime routine to reduce your screen time. Because by reducing your screen time, it could activate really good quality sleep. And quality sleep and rest is essential for your overall mental and physical well being. Because I really want you to think about it this way. I personally cannot function much, if at all, on little to no sleep. If I have little to no sleep, let's say the night before, and I have to get up early for a session or whatever the case is, to be with a client or my own personal stuff, guarantee you I have scheduled a nap time in the middle of my day. The reason why is because I know that if I have something to do in the after the later piece of my day, the functionality of my brain cells is just like if basically telling me if you don't go take a nap, we will self-destruct and we will force you to take a nap. So prioritize good quality sleep. Let go of the phone, the iPad. Reduce your screen time before you go to bed. Read a book, color, or just lay there to the point you knock out early. But reduce it as much as you can because screen time could compromise your overall quality of sleep. And the last one is stay social. Again, as wintertime kicks in, we want to stay inside. The likelihood of us wanting to be outside is less likely. Like think about it, like if you could somehow if you could somehow catch a ride with someone, there's more likely, even if it's you'd say, you know what, I'm gonna take that ride because you may be like, no, no, it's okay. I'll walk. You're gonna be like, nah, stop me, I'm gonna take the ride because you're gonna take that ride because it's so cold, right? So it is very easy for you to be like to self isolate during those winter months, but remaining social will with loved ones and people that you actually care and like is important. So the way that I kind of pivot around staying social, because I am not a person that likes to be outside in the cold, is I plan indoor or virtual activities with the people I love. Um, this allows me to not only stay social, but allows me to be warm. So, like, try to embrace seasonal activities. All right, so right now we have, I'm just trying to think, we have Thanksgiving, then there's I don't know why I just thought of Black Friday. Lord help me. Then there's Christmas. So you could start to like embrace things with that's associated with the holidays as well. Um, I know some people celebrate Thanksgiving and some people don't. But if you have the day off, like I do, you can still meet up with people virtually. Um, that there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Or you can meet with people physically, like go apple picking or pumpkin patching, or I'm trying to think of other things, but that's all outdoors. But I mean in the fall primarily. In the winter time, bake cookies, do a bake off. Why am I going to baking? You can see where my brain goes, right? Uh, you could play online games. There's online games that are available. There's so much, man. And you could Google it, and Google is a beautiful thing. So being able to adapt both for social, staying indoors and staying social. For those of my introverts, that helps a ton. Extroverts, by all means, you're comfortable, go outside, mingle with people, but try to schedule that as much as you possibly can. So, for a quick recap, we talked about self practicing self care in the during the winter and fall months, and stay active was the first one. Mindfulness was the second. Prioritize your sleep, quality sleep was the third, and stay social was the fourth. Now, because I am such an amazing human being, I made it much easier for you to have all of this in a guide. The link will be in the bio of my the podcast Instagram page, but also it would also be available in the link of the in the description. I apologize. So by all means, go ahead, download it. It's totally free. It's totally free. So in case you didn't have enough time to take notes, this guide will help you throughout the fall and winter months. It's great to like have something to revert back to. And if you enjoyed this dope episode, go ahead and share it on your Instagram story. Tag me in it at dope life coach underscore. And of course, I'll always be greatly appreciated. I thank you so much for joining this lovely Dope Life podcast episode. And as always, stay dope and walk with peace.